Hey people, JekkuJere 3v3, Khatrin, Purification Plant, blue team. Balthasar Gelt is a Demon Hunter, a powerful melee cycle with support and control. Alongside, Saint Galahad with an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat by default begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. And rounding off this team is Kalzi4 with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of stormtroopers going to add to the retinue throughout the game, giving him more abilities, really strong defense and support. Red team, whole bunch of Eldar. First up, a couple of Farseers. JekkuJere, looks like the Oathway DLC recolored. We have Knight O Shadow as well. These are support heroes fighting in melee combat. Some powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. And rounding off the teams is Tsototar with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster leaping into combat. Some powerful disruption and support. The Exodite elite scheme recolored here, I think. Banshees on the prowl. Apothecary is making a mistake. Should not be running into Banshees first engagement. Puts his heal up, then gets knocked over. He might be dead here. Power melee is scary for a level 1 Apothecary. Looks like he is barely going to get away. Destructive from the Warlock. Now he can jump in there. There he goes. Knocks down one Tactical Marine and one Scout somehow. Scouts run away. These Tactical Marines need to be so careful here now. They're trying to peel models off the Dire Avengers, but if they drop a model themselves, then it's not worth it. Tactical Marines cost 75 requisition to reinforce. So they got 2 of them, but they also dropped on their own model, so it wasn't worth it in terms of raw cost. I mean, there is one benefit of keeping Tsototar off your natural VP and off the contested power as well, so there is some value to that. Kalzi4, long time player this guy. I believe the last time they were in a cast was like 2013, to give you some context. So welcome back to the grim darkness of the far future, buddy. Love to see the old players come back. Triple Dire Avengers from JekkuJere pushing in. Warlock alongside them, 2v1 against Kalzi4 here. Dropped both of these stormtroopers, just got one back. Can reinforce them in the field. Guide thrown out by the Farseer, then she runs away. Not a whole lot Kalzi4 can do here. Does have grenade launchers up. Not only are grenade launchers pretty good against clumps of infantry, but move might help him dodge a grenade or two. Oh, Balthasar Gelt dropped his strike squad. Yeah, look. It might have been the Farseer that chased him down. I can't see Dire Avengers is shooting the strike squad to death, and they don't have grenades, and the Banshees were already off the field. It must have been the Farseer that got the last kill there. We have a 1-to-1 cap. Scouts are repairing the power gen. Banshees going in here. This is a dicey push from Tsototar. Going to keep them pinned back a bit, but as Banshees are going to drop models. No shotguns for the Scouts. Just saw a heal up on the Tactical Marines there. Are we going to see Purification Rites? Are we going to see the Sanguine Chainsword? Helps the Apothecary to brawl with that heal on hit. Yeah, the Banshees barely got away. Also gets a heal on ranged attacks. Look, there's not as much as a heal. Not as much of a heal, I should say. And does get the Purification Rites as well. He's got an Assault Marine squad. Sanguine Chainsword might make it easier for him to kind of stick with his Assault Marines as well in melee kind of thing. So maybe the Assault Marines won't get so isolated so often. We got aspect of strength for the Knight O Shadow Banshees. No aspect yet for Tsototar's. There you saw the Purification Rites. Kind of turns your heal into a bomb, which is pretty cool. Whatever unit you heal knocks back and damages nearby enemies. So if you wait for the Banshees to really crowd around your Assault Marines in Tier 1, get the most benefit out of your Purification Rites heal. Kind of like how you optimize the usage of Doom Blast for Heretics. You want everything clumped in there. I hear Banshees yelling. From all the way on the eastern side we have Interceptors on the field for Balthasar Gelt. You saw him there using Indomitable to save those Interceptors, which is quite cool usage of that. Just basically renders them invulnerable, but they can't attack or cap for a few seconds. I think it's like 5 or 6 seconds. Uh-oh. Grenade was actually well dodged. Interceptors have the health of Assault Marines 1200 at 400 per model, and they have the DPS of Raptors at 30 DPS. The downside is in tier 1, they don't disrupt or suppress or anything when they teleport in like that. But in tier 2 they can with their Justicar. Makes them really cool, I think, when they get that Furious Intervention. And having a teleport instead of a jump makes a big difference. That instantaneous movement. Stomp on the Guardian weapon team somehow got away. Smoke Shell helped from the spotters. They have fancy lasguns, these guys, look. Scopes and bipods, but I don't think their stats are any better. Or maybe a little bit better than guardsman lasguns, I guess. Balthasar Gelt with sergeants up on the stormtroopers gives them those no fuse grenades. They know how to cook them. And their bashing power actually has come back pretty well here, Balthasar Gelt, despite the early interceptors lost. They just cancelled Purgation and getting double interceptors here. Going to get flanked though by Tsototar. Decap that wreck point. Grenades down on the Banshees there. They have Fortune on them from Naito Shadow. Armor of Fortune. Grenades. Oh, those guys were really bunched up as well. If those grenades were a little bit better, would have wiped those guys. Here comes Saint Galahad, but this is a tough fight. There's the heal for the Purification Rites, but they weren't really bunched around them. Shotgun blast as well from these scouts. I think they did pretty much as well as they could there. Did they drop models? I think they dropped one tactical marine. But no assault squad feathers died. Look at that. What do we have here for... Yeah, it's aspect of strength for both of the Banshees. West side, meanwhile. Shuriken's going to set up. No sign of the suppression immunity thing over the Warlock grenade. Boom. Is it Carapace that gives you suppression immunity for the Lord General? I always forget. 468 to 407. Tier 2 all around. Sentinel goes down after getting a good stomp in there. Are we going to see Wraith Guard from JekkuJere on this side? We are going to see the Rune Armor for the Psychic Storm. And we also have Spirit Stones for the Spiritual Rites heal. Down goes the Warlock. That must have been pretty satisfying for Saint Galahad, and the Warlock does have the Merciless Witchblade as expected against an Apothecary, especially with an Assault Squad. It's a great weapon to use against that. But down he goes. Might get revived by a speedy little Farseer sprinting in there. Interceptors are getting their Justicar. He's only 20 power. I assume he has a power weapon, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look any different. I don't think it does. No, it's the same model. If he does have a power weapon, they should give him a different weapon model. Just give him a halberd or something. Maybe they don't get halberds. But just, I don't know, something. Just a different model sword, perhaps. Maybe the one that the Daemonhunter has. It's a really cool looking sword, this guy. Look at that. And we see Imperium Brain Mines on the way, which could do some really great work over there because there's no rangers up to spot them. Assault Squad jumping in. There's the War Shout. They do way better against Banshees once they get their Sergeant. Not only is he a pretty good melee combatant with a power sword, but the Merciless Strike is awesome. Look at that. They didn't even need it there. Apothecary healed himself, I believe. Dire Avengers were shooting the Apothecary, but the Assault Squad just tanked those Banshees. Here we see a flank. This is going to be dicey. These guys can't jump away. They can't Merciless Strike. They don't have the energy. They're waiting for the shotgun blast, I think. Yeah, they were. Looks like they are going to make it out. Grenade. There's the grenade. It's on the scouts. Slightly lucky, I think, that those Dire Avengers were knocked over, so they couldn't chuck a grenade on the Marines, maybe when they wanted to. The Assault Squad only dropped one model. That was actually a pretty good recovery from Saint Galahad there. Dark Creepers on the field for Naito Shadow. Powerful against heavy and super heavy infantry, so basically Marines. And a Rhino is up for Balthasar Gelt. Support vehicle as to reinforce and transport infantry around, and some good versatility has gone for the heavy bolter turret. And alongside the storm bolter at the front, that's going to do some good DPS against this Eldar infantry. There it is. Blue VP on the west side. Chimera up for Kalzi4. Right now's doing a lot of damage though, with Guide up on it. Holy crap. Made that Make that Chimera back the hell off there. Farseer gets the decap. Kicking off in the mid. Banshees get the war shout. There's the Purification Rites heal. And Banshees got kind of messed up by that. Maybe they should stop trying to fight these Assault Marines. Because with the Apothecary set up like this, and he's got combat stims. Combat stims is up on the Assault Squad there. Yeah, they're going to wreck the Banshees over and over. Maybe you could bait the jump and try and get grenades in there. And then follow up with the Banshees. Or just send the Banshees to the Tactical Marines if you can isolate them a little bit. Coming from a different angle maybe. Much easier said than done, of course. Tsototar reinforcing those Banshees now. Tier 3 for JekkuJere. Channeling runes could even up that fight quite a lot. But I'm sure the Warlock wants to get in there with a Merciless Switchblade. I'm not sure he's been in on those fights either. So maybe if he was alongside the Banshees, it would make a big difference. Maybe get Cloak of Shadows as well to help them against the Bolt of Fire. 440 to 357. Balthasar Gelt has recovered incredibly well to the from the Strat Squad loss. There was a webway. If you're wondering why those Banshees were standing around here, it's just a visual bug. They'd already got inside the webway, and then the webway was destroyed. A bunker up over here from Kalzi4. And a Manticore on the way. He's got some Stormtroopers too, being all sneaky like with their assault kit. There's really long range hotshot las guns and a frag grenade. Meanwhile, Warlock is on the natural VP and does get the Cloak of Shadows. Tier 3 for St. Galahad. Apothecary is down. He gets knocked off the cap there, needs to leave. Apothecary purchases himself, doesn't use his red, suggesting they have their eyes on Terminators maybe first in Tier 3 perhaps. Lots of damage on these Stormtroopers. They need to be careful. They are reinforcing off the Rhino. That's a lot of damage output they're dealing with. There's the Furious Intervention teleport. Knocking down the Bright Lance. Almost got it. Now Banshee fight. Might need to use Indomitable here. There it is. Renders those interceptors invulnerable. And they can just back away. I assume you can't use your teleport while it's active, but I'm not sure if you can use your own abilities. I assume not, because you like chuck grenades and stuff. 432 to 340. Rhino breaks some stuff on the way out, and here we see some Imperium brain mines. I believe they do an upfront damage, and then they do damage over time, and they slow you down or suppress you or something, and they also prevent you from regenerating energy. They're quite good mines. I think it's a slowdown effect. Yeah, because it also works on vehicles. Oh, down goes the Manticore. A guided Bright Lance gets the last shot. Well done, JekkuJere. Very quick thinking, and set it up with the arm of the Assyrian time field. There we see it. There's the Imperium brain mines. Damage over time there. Warp spiders teleporting in. I thought they were teleporting in for a haywire there, but they're going to retreat through some mines. It doesn't spread or anything, does it? No. Terminators on my side. Yep. Terminators from St. Galahad, as we thought. Tier 3 all round. No, Tsototar cancels Tier 3. Looks like he wants Dark Creepers for Pew Pew against the Terminators. And why not? Seer Council here for JekkuJere. Rhino's done really well for Balthasar Gelt. Apothecary a little bit worse for wear, but he's alright. Level 2. This combat stim is doing some good work. And 15% damage resist and break suppression. I always forget that. I always forget about that damage resist bit. 432 to 296. Grenade barrage from the Stormtroopers. Are they both having it? They are. They did some good work there. Dark Creepers on the way, as Tsototar suggested. And a Seer Council up for Naito Shadow. So they are building themselves to rip through heavy and super heavy infantry, aren't they? Assault Squad jump in. Oh, they're Vanguard veterans now. Gives them a bunch of power weapons, basically. 2 power swords, lightning claw, and a Thunder Hammer. Pretty much gives them the same power melee DPS as a level 1 Banshee squad. I think it's about 120 power melee DPS. But these guys can, you know, jump on you, and they have tons of hit points, and they can get a Power Fist in there too. 432 to 264. Seer Council might be able to get on the retreat path. Looks like they're going after the Terminators though. Seer Council are a squad of Warlocks that leap into combat. Some nasty power melee damage, and their leap actually does damage too. Also have this ranged damage resistance aura that they themselves benefit from. You see that blue haze on their feet. Pretty cool unit. I think they're awesome. And they are helping to tear through the Vanguard veterans. In fact, are these guys going to get away here? Levitation field on the Terminators. That was a Purification Rites heal. Looks like the Vanguard veterans are going to get away. That was the Gravity Blade, tossing those Terminators aside. And now a Time Field. They really are using these abilities well, the Eldar. Assault Cannon Terminators here. I'm not sure if they've used their teleport already. Down goes one of them. Looks like they have used it already. A Leman Russ pulled in from Kalzi4. Looks like the Terminators are going to get away. But they did lose one. Eldar not overextending there. See, Council of JekkuJere already have a big chunk of XP. They've gone for the Executioner Leman Russ. More of an anti-infantry tank. But he can do some work against vehicles with that plasma cannon. Painful for these Eldar fellas, eh? Meanwhile, some more of those Imperium brain mines going off on this stuff. Warp Spiders got hit. Those are the Dark Creepers of Naito's Shadow. And those are the Seer Council of Naito's Shadow too. Okay, do they have XP? Have some. 432 to 256. This VP remains uncapped. If we look at the rosters, Eldar doing very well here. Balthasar Gelt has dropped their interceptors along the way. Can I see their bodies anywhere? No, I can still see that strike squad fella. I don't know where they died. I don't know how they died. There we go, there's one. I assume the Seer Council had something to do with it. Yeah, here they are. So they got wrecked by a Seer Council on retreat, I would say. Maybe the Banshee's in there too. It's a really nasty melee force, especially when the Seer Council are buffing the Banshees with their aura. And they've got the Spiritual Rites heal as well. Here's a Rhino. Trying to put some pressure on the power. The Daemonhunter just kind of hanging out. Level 3. Chucking out mines whenever they can, I think. Rhino should be fine here. There's the mines going off. Oh, I think the mines affected the Rhino there. Look, slowed it down. And it slows them down for ages, vehicles. I think it was detonated by the Eldar, and the Rhino was just close enough to be affected by it. Big push by the Eldar on the west side. The way that the Eldar flows through the battle lines is so cool. Eldritch Storm on that Leman Russ, and the Bright Lance is on it. It's going to go down. Excellent push from the Eldar. Terminator's in trouble now. Where's that teleport? Where is that teleport? Is St. Galahad paying attention? Not sure. Where are the Vanguard veterans even? They are running away. But these Terminators sure aren't. There's the teleport. Down to a single model. Can they get out of there? Land Raider Crusader now for Balthasar Gelt. Eldar doing really well in these fights, but they still need VPs. Terminator's got inside of it. Really nice save from Balthasar there. Meanwhile, Seer Council are trying to fight a Rhino, which is not going great for them. Daemonhunter's level 4. Maybe some mines on this west side, eh? Farseer with her... Oh, it's the Gravity Blade doing its levitation field. Grenades everywhere. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, man. Somehow, some of them got away. So the Land Raider Crusader has these hurricane bolters on the side, sponsors lots of piercing DPS with a twin assault cannon and a multi-melter on top. It has a health and energy regen aura. And you can reinforce off it, but you can't retreat back to it like a Land Raider Redeemer. You see the energy and health regen there. Pretty cool. And it is really going to help stabilize the west side. Not as much as a Land Raider Redeemer might with the retreat function, but still a big lump of Land Raider, isn't it? Do they have the AV to deal with this? They do have a Bright Lance. And the Warp Spiders do have their Haywire. They are going after it. It's been haywired. Shut down all the weaponry. Now the weaponry's back. Vanguard veterans in the background now. Terminators getting involved with their power fists. Big spiritual rights heal just went off, I think, from Naito Shadow. And Naito Shadow now has a Doombringer too. Good special on the Lord General there. Look at the DPS though from the Crusader. And they are reinforcing off it. Vanguard veterans just ducked inside. Bright Lance getting shots in. The Demon Hunter is over here, so expect him to chuck around some mines. That was a fun fight. Avatar coming, says Naito Shadow. Blue team holding on. Got some Khatrin from Kalzi4. No weapon upgrades yet. That's a singularity, I think. And a time field there. Was it a singularity? It didn't go off. There is a D-cannon here. Maybe they cancelled it. Farseer is level 6. Gets jumped on. Heals herself through the Spirit Stones. But then goes down. Merciless strike from the Vanguard veterans. But they got a direct hit there from the D-cannon's damage over time shot. Uh-oh. Right Lance goes down. Really good usage of the creeping barrage from Kalzi4. Oh man, a singularity went in though. Can they all reinforce off the Land Raider? Those guardsmen, I think, are barely going to get out of there. This Land Raider has been awesome so far. We have an auto-cannon heavy weapon squad back there. The Rhino's in play on this side now too. Tearing through the Eldar infantry, and brain mines going off on the Warp Spiders. Vanguard veterans jumping back. These guys are also doing really well here. Level 3 with 2420 hit points. And this is more Terminators. Yes, more Terminators for St. Galahad. And we have some Grey Knight Terminators from Balthasar Gelt. They've got their Incinerator equipped. I think only one model gets the Incinerator. But here's the Avatar from Naito Shadow. Meanwhile, some Power Harass on the east side. Super unit for Eldar, this guy. Buffs nearby units, also pretty powerful in combat as you may expect. So now they have the aura buff from the Seer Council and the aura buff from the Avatar. Avatar gives you suppression immunity and some other, I think, some offensive buffs as well. 382 to 196. Trying to contest this VP here, but they don't want to push, it seems like. 2-1 for the Blues. They've got a decent VP lead. Double D cannons for JekkuJere. See those shots going in there. Spread them out. Emboldened being popped by these Dire Avengers level 4 and level 3. Kalzi4 has got the Commissar Retinue shield up, trying to affect as many things as possible. Why are they retreating? But I wonder if Kalzi4 thinks he can retreat back to the Land Raider. You need to check that Land Raider, buddy. Does not have the retreat point on it. Maybe they thought a singularity was coming in or something. Perhaps. Where is the Avatar? Helping a decat. Looks like St. Galahad has broken off the west side to help out here. Terminator's taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Dark Reapers pouring on the DPS. Right Lance now getting shots on the Rhino. There's the jump. Gets rid of those guys. Vanguard Veteran's got a heal in there somewhere. What level is this Apothecary? Level 6, so he's got a pretty good heal going out. His heal gets more powerful as he levels up. That's a Wailing Doom. Well, the Apothecary dodged it at least. And there's a heal again. Avatar needs to back off. West side, meanwhile, Eldar are taking it. They are taking it. Because this thing has the frag assault? I don't think so. It did at one point. That is so much damage from this Land Raider here. It must suppress as well. Not sure how quickly it suppresses, but it must suppress. Lord General trying to get this VP back. Oh man, singularity though. Ouch, 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 ouch. They're all reinforcing. They are all reinforcing. He really needs to deal with this Land Raider. There's a storm, and that dealt with it. Down it goes. Just as I say that, a storm comes in. Not sure whose that was, but these Terminators are also getting absolutely wrecked here. Seer Council are on them, and they're incredibly low. They're going to wipe. Being shot. Oh, maybe not. Wow, they got away. That was amazing. Is it double assault cannons for these guys? It is. Orbital bombardment went off from... I don't actually know who that was. Could have been Gelt. Could have been Galahad. Balthasar down to just 2 units. Gets another Land Raider Crusader. GG, says Tsototar. Really? They got hit pretty hard by the bombardment, but they've still got a decent army. It's not always easy to realise how much damage your opponent has taken in a 3v3. Because Gelt's taken a lot. Kalzi4 getting some more Khatrin. What did the first fellas get? They got the grenade launchers. These things disrupt on hit. 316 to 144. You dead, says Naito Shadow. Not quite, he's got 4 units on the field. Warlock is down though. And they don't have a lot of resources to recover here. We'll see how it goes. Double cap for the blue team now. Damage pouring in on those Terminators. See, accounts are going after the Apothecary here. Yeah, I was going to say, shoot the Apothecary. You'll kill him so fast with his DPS. And down he goes. That's Doom up on the Vanguard veterans. Waiting Doom comes a little bit too late to really wreck those guys. Are the Eldar going to push through the mid? So they are pushing through the mid right now. A shooting match with double Terminators. Not a great place for the Warp Spiders to spend their time. Smoke shell, or a smoke grenade I guess, from the Rhino there to help out. Then took a haywire. 316 to 85. They're running out of VPs, the Eldar team here. They got the decap on the west side. Again, the sight of Eldar just floating through the battlefield and pushing on a VP is a sight to behold. That second Land Raider is up though. That's a big roadblock for these guys. Avatar with a Wrath of Cain now. Taking a lot of damage. Oh, puts Fortune up on the Avatar. Look at that. Don't see that very often. Grey Knight Terminators back on their feet. Massive fight here. Big old retreat from the Eldar team. Did they get the west side? They did. We have a fire prism here from JekkuJere as well. And they've got tons of resources. Just spend some of that cash, buddy. Maybe another Avatar over there. Would be pretty good. Kalzi4 gets a Manticore. There's that time field. Oh, what is this fiery stuff? Not sure what that was. Oh, that was from the Daemonhunter. That was his Rift Tear. I think that's the first time we've seen it. That's his starting ability that slows down units, slows down enemies in the AoE. They must have used it already. Haywire on the Land Raider. Fire Prism is getting shots in. But not on the correct thing right now. 280 to 85. So Webway over here. Need to harass the hell out of that VP. Blue team with a big push now. Vanguard veterans must be level 4. They are. 26, 62 hit points. Got Fire Dragons for Naito Shadow. Another Avatar is on the way. for JekkuJere. A little bit late, but it is going to get onto the field, I think. Eldar backed off there and stayed in play very well. All close enough to the Seer Council to get this range damage reduction buff as well. Do they have a storm? Does JekkuJere have a storm? Not quite. Very close. Very close to having a storm. There's that Spirit Stone Seal. Terminators fighting Seer Council. Not the most ideal fight for them. Seer Council have a lot of power melee damage. The Terminators have power melee splash damage halberds, but they are being wrecked there. Using their Holocaust ability, but they're still going to go down. Down they go. Eldritch from JekkuJere. It's a good hit. Can they finish it off? 269 to 70. Boom. Fire Prism's getting shots in. Nothing much else here though in terms of anti-vehicle, you know. They're just pouring whatever the damage they can. Going grenades. Grenades get it done. Look at that. How often do you see a plasma grenade take out a Land Raider? Well, there you see it. That was JekkuJere there. Level 4 Dire Avengers getting it done. Another orbital goes in. And a creeping barrage. Crazy stuff on this Western VP. Balthasar's down to a single unit though. Eldar might have done it, you know. They might have broken the back of the blue team with that push. And look at this. We have a late game Falcon from Naito Shadow. Avatar doing some work as well. Not sure where JekkuJere's avatar is. Looks like it's on the west side. Dark Creepers using their pinning fire to help suppress those Vanguard veterans. Okay, the webway was spotted by the scouts. Balthasar Gelt dropping some power. They do have a fair amount of VPs. Can they recover here? Can they recover? Daemonhunter level 6 going for the Force Rod. Gives him a bunch of energy. And he starts with like 200. Yeah, he's up to 255 already. Falcon has the shield. Makes it much more tanky and difficult to deal with. So Retribution knocks back a squad and does damage, I believe. Which is pretty handy. Ouch. This Rhino has actually been pretty awesome, but that was a rear armor hit from a Fire Prism there. So blue team defend their VP, but now what? Balthasar Gelt got some stormtroopers up to help repair things, I think. They've already been damaged by something. Manticore Strike. Didn't quite do much there. Here comes St. Galahad, got a Predator tank and a couple of Terminator squads, not to mention those Vanguard veterans which are leading the line superbly well. How long can they stay here though? We've got Seer Council and stuff. Merciless Strike and then run. Did it well. Not sure why I think the Avatar used the wrong ability there. They got the decap. Vanguard veterans made it out. Haywire on the tank though. It might be done for as being chased. Can they suppress those Seer Council here? They can. But the tank goes down. It was actually a Fire Prism shot. Really good usage of this Fire Prism by JekkuJere. Has kept it at maximum range. And picked targets very well. Meanwhile, blue team lose their natural VP. Thanks to Naito Shadow. Seer Council ducking inside of the Falcon there. We have some Flamer Guardsmen, really. Some Brain Mine damage over time helps take out the Warlock. What are these fellas doing? They are doing grenades. Not the best grenades ever. But I think they're going to be okay. I think. It's a lot of damage, but they do get away. Triple cap now for the Eldar. And yeah, I think they've done enough. I think they've done enough. Level 7 Daemonhunter. standing around at the moment. Is this a power weapon? No, it's not. Triple cat. Still. But the Falcon is shrugging off this bolt of fire here. Another Land Raider Crusader, the third one we've seen. They have done reasonably well when they're on the field, especially the first one. And now a Vindicare Assassin on the way. Dark Creepers are level 3. Training fires from Capsicum. I don't think they can get onto the west side. Can they even get the natural VP back? Vindicare is up. Using target acquired on those fire dragons to get shots in there. Using the turbo penetrator rounds to get shots on the Falcon. Really cool sniper, but I think he's come out a bit too late onto the field here. 71 to 70. Evens up the VPs, the red team. Avatar is going to fall here, I think. Yes, down it goes. That was Naito Shadow's Avatar. Lascan is trying to get shots in here. Not sure what it's trying to shoot. I guess it was for the Avatar. 58 to 70. Red team are keeping the pressure on this VP. Blue team unable to break out and even contest the west side. Eldritch. There's been an Eldritch for each of the Land Raiders. I think this one's going to survive it. Yeah, 47 to 70. Fire Prism continues to rule the west side. Level 3 now. Look at the resources JekkuJere has. They could just instantly replace the Avatar if it goes down. Well, not instantly. They'd have to wait for it, obviously. Falcon has been awesome, you know. Really shrewd late game purchase from Naito Shadow. Daemonhunter hasn't really been getting into melee very much. That was the Retribution there. And it slows you down. I think it slows you down for a few seconds afterwards. Or something like that. That's why you see that little symbol above their heads. 36 to 56. Blue team are back on the Western VP, you know. Look at this. Decapped it and everything. Demon Rust with the Vanquish Cannon. Well done, Blue team, to get back over it. Apothecary went down. I think the Eldar are going to take it right back, but you never know. How did they get the cap with the Fire Prism here? I guess maybe the Terminator's got the cap. 1-to-1. Look at this from Balthasar Gelt. Pushing through. It's not over yet. They have rallied at the end here, the blue team. That's Doom up on this Rhino. This Rhino's been a massive pain in the ass for Naito Shadow. Falcon with the shield up. Keep away from that multi-melter. The Inquisitorial Stormtroopers getting a decap. Out of the Rhino, they took down the Farseer too. Look at this. There's the 1-to-1. Eldar did get the west side back. AY goes in on the Rhino there. Fire Prism helping out. Push, says Balthasar Gelt. They got the VP, you guys. It's a 2-to-1 for the blue team. Eldritch on the VP. Whaps out the Lord, the General, and keeps this VP red for now. But Terminators are here. Apothecary's here. Level 9 Apothecary. Should throw a heal on those Terminators, I think. Gonna get a revive as well. It might level him to 10. I think it will. There we go. Level 10 Apothecary. Not sure why the Avatar used his Wrath of Cain there. I think that's the second time we've seen the wrong ability popped on this Avatar. They'll be capping. Time field doesn't stop you capping, I guess. What is this? It's a Seer Council deep in enemy territory with Distort Field on them. From Tsototar. Trying to finish off that pesky Rhino, but it could not. I guess the Land Raider Crusader did not get away, eh? No, there it is. I mean, it was a pretty cool push with it, but did not get away. Dark Creepers coming up for JekkuJere, because they are dealing with a lot of infantry over there on that west side, including those 2 Terminator squads. Eldar are on the natural VP, 29-19. Blue team have done an amazing job holding on after they were broken pretty badly. I mean, not to mention the Eldar coming back from that 200 VPs down in the first place. Chop, 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 chop. Must be level 4. No, they're not level 4. These guys are. This Seer Council level 2. West side is uncapped. Seer Council in amongst some poor guardsmen. Did not get away. Fire Prison finished them off into little bits. Single cap for the red team. 14-19. So close. Manticore Strike to keep them off the VP here. Apothecary is now going for it. Scouts are helping out with a Blobcat. What is this? This is Crusaders on the field from Balthasar Gelt. Look at this. Unique unit to the Daemonhunters. Don't get to see them very often, and we didn't get to see much of them here either. GG indeed. The Eldar red team takes it with just 19 VPs remaining. A hell of a game. Balthasar Gelt's Demon Hunter was level 8 there with his 3 Land Raider Crusaders. St. Galahad was very solid with his double Terminators. Couldn't quite get the Land Raider Redeemer up, which might have made a big difference. Level 10 Apothecary though. Level 10 Lord the General 2. What did a Manticore get? A little bit of XP. Yeah, maybe another Lehman Russ would have been better. Hard to say. Level 10 Farseer for JekkuJere. Warlock was level 6, had the Witchblade of Kurnos at the end. Cloak of Shadows and the Warp Throw. And a level 7 Farseer from Night O Shadow. Well, there you have it, guys. Awesome 3v3. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.